So, there's this 15-second video clip that's completely upended the theater world this week. No caption, no context, just a dimly lit stage, a spotlight, and someone singing, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." The fascinating part? Everyone is convinced. It's not Rachel Zegler, who was previously announced as the lead in the new Evita production. The internet became obsessed with this footage almost immediately. What started as a blurry, seemingly unremarkable rehearsal video quickly became theater's biggest mystery. Social media detectives analyzed every frame, slowing it down, zooming in, comparing posture, vocal quality, and stage presence. Their unanimous conclusion? The woman in that spotlight isn't Rachel Zegler, but someone else entirely. And that someone, many are claiming, is dramatically more suited for the role. What's particularly strange about this situation is the deafening silence from all official channels. No denial from Rachel. No clarification from the production team. Nothing at all confirming who's actually performing or what happened to the originally announced star. That kind of calculated silence rarely happens without reason in the entertainment industry. According to internet sleuths, the mystery performer is Camila Delgado, a classically trained Argentinian stage actress with opera and musical theater experience. Unlike Zegler, she's not a red carpet regular or a social media star. She's mostly known for her work in regional Argentinian productions. Some even claim she played Maria in a university production of West Side Story back in 2019, the same role that ironically launched Zegler's career. What makes this potential casting switch so fascinating isn't just the voice. Fans are pointing to Delgado's grounded delivery and her powerful stage presence. One viral comment captured the sentiment perfectly. "She doesn't act like she's Eva. She just is." There's also the authenticity factor. Delgado is actually from Argentina, giving her a deep cultural understanding of Eva Perón's legacy. That's something many feel Zegler, despite her talent, couldn't fully embody. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the evidence keeps mounting. Theater enthusiasts have noticed Rachel's conspicuous absence from social media. Highly unusual for someone known for constant engagement. Her Instagram, typically filled with behind-the-scenes clips and rehearsal updates, has gone strangely quiet. Her last post? A cryptic black-and-white photo of an empty theater stage with the caption, "Sometimes silence is the strongest sound." What seemed like poetic reflection now reads more like a warning. Even more telling, Zegler has removed all Evita-related content from her bio and archived rehearsal clips that once dominated her profile. For someone who's built her brand on digital visibility, this disappearing act speaks volumes. Naturally, speculation has shifted to what triggered such a dramatic turn. Industry whispers suggest rising tension during rehearsals, including rumors of creative disagreements between Zegler and the production team. Some even claim there was a backstage blow-up, raised voices, props thrown, the works. Though these accounts are unverified, they add to the growing mystery. And this wouldn't be the first time Zegler found herself in hot water over public perception. Her press tour for Disney's Snow White remake stirred backlash after her comments about the original film came off as dismissive to longtime fans. Could this pattern of polarizing media moments have played a role in her alleged Evita fallout? The digital breadcrumbs certainly suggest a silent exit. Theater fans recently discovered leaked call sheets with Zegler's name missing entirely. No formal announcement has been made, but the signs are increasingly hard to ignore. In her place, the initials CD appear written in blue ink, presumably standing for Camila Delgado. Additionally, background audio from the viral clip includes someone off-camera saying, "Cami, Go again from the top. This kind of casual first-name reference during technical rehearsals typically suggests the person is in a lead role. Even the costume department seems to be confirming the shift. A now-deleted Reddit post, allegedly from someone in wardrobe, claimed Zegler's fittings were abruptly cancelled and replaced with measurements for a shorter actress with a smaller frame. This suggests Delgado may have already signed, at least on a temporary basis, possibly for preview performances while producers test audience reception. It wouldn't be the first time Zegler found herself caught in a PR storm. Her press tour for Snow White became infamous when she described the original animated film as outdated and even called the prince character a stalker. These comments sparked major backlash from Disney loyalists. Notably, Disney's response was minimal. No strong public defense, no joint interviews, just a quiet, almost strategic distancing that insiders describe as a soft cut. The parallels between how Disney handled the Snow White controversy and what appears to be unfolding with Evita are striking. Both situations involve Zegler quietly disappearing from public-facing roles, rather than a direct or announced firing. This strategy allows productions to sidestep dramatic fallout and continue forward without facing public scrutiny or damaging their brand with a messy exit. What's especially intriguing this time around is the overwhelming enthusiasm surrounding Delgado's potential takeover. Theater fans, known for being highly critical, responded with rare consensus. After watching the mystery woman in the rehearsal clip, fans didn't just approve, they were ecstatic. Within hours, social media lit up with praise, describing the performer as magnetic, commanding, and 10 times better than Rachel. Content creators began comparing Delgado's performance to archived clips of Zegler, and identified stark contrasts. Zegler, they argued, leaned on volume and technical range. Delgado, by contrast, showed restraint and authenticity. This is what Eva Peron should sound like: grounded, mature, and emotionally lived in, wrote one UK-based theater blogger. Importantly, this isn't about tearing Zegler down. It's about celebrating a portrayal that many feel fits the soul of the character better. The praise for Delgado stems from genuine excitement over the direction the production might now be heading. The shift feels less like scandal and more like artistic course correction. But, behind all the excitement, legal tensions could be brewing. Industry sources suspect the silence from both Zegler's team and the Evita production could point to ongoing negotiations, or even the quiet beginnings of a wrongful termination claim. If Zegler had a binding contract, her sudden replacement, regardless of internal tensions, could expose producers to legal risk. Situations like this require careful handling, often involving NDAs, exit clauses, and behind-the-scenes damage control. Was there a contract breach? Were there any formal warnings issued? The production's decision to proceed without any announcements suggests they're walking a legal tightrope. And for rising stars like Zegler, whose breakout in West Side Story launched her into Hollywood, maintaining industry relationships is essential for long-term success. Veteran insiders often say that talent might open doors, but it's your reputation that keeps you in the room. If rumors of difficult behavior hold any truth, this controversy could mark a turning point in Zegler's career trajectory. For now, the theater world watches closely, not just to see who will ultimately play Eva Peron, but to understand how. One of the industry's brightest young stars manages a second major public controversy. Whether this marks a reinvention or a retreat remains to be seen. Meanwhile, the production faces its own set of challenges. How do you transition to a new lead without ever publicly acknowledging the change? How do you market a show when the star you've advertised is no longer involved? These aren't simple issues. They demand sophisticated PR strategies that juggle legal risks with promotional needs. The theater world has always thrived on drama, but rarely has that tension played out so publicly between cast and creative teams. What makes the possible Zegler-Delgado switch so compelling is how it exposes the industry's shifting approach to crisis management in the age of social media. Instead of issuing statements or giving interviews, productions now rely more on strategic silence, a carefully calibrated absence of explanation that lets fans fill in the gaps. It's a modern magic trick. Nothing is said, but everything is implied. The result is a liminal space where nothing is officially confirmed. Yet everyone knows something fundamental has changed. This ambiguity generates buzz without triggering legal headaches that might come from a formal announcement. The production keeps control of the narrative by not telling one, letting speculation serve as a kind of organic marketing. If Camila Delgado really has stepped into the role, this moment is both a rare opportunity and a uniquely difficult introduction to stardom. Taking over a lead in mid-development is hard enough. Doing so amid viral speculation and online fan theories adds intense pressure. She's not just inheriting a role, she's stepping into a redemption arc fans have already written for her. Industry insiders have pointed out that Delgado's background may actually fit better with the creative vision. Director Jamie Lloyd is reportedly eyeing a Broadway transfer and casting someone with Delgado's classical training and Argentine roots could enhance critical reception on both sides of the Atlantic. The whole situation underscores how quickly public sentiment can shift. Zegler's ascent after West Side Story was meteoric, an unknown high schooler turned Hollywood headliner almost overnight. But that kind of rise leaves little time to adjust to the high standards expected of leading figures. Fame came fast, and so did the scrutiny. That pressure cooker environment can be brutal. What makes this case even more significant is how it intersects with ongoing debates about authenticity in casting. Theater communities today are increasingly vocal about the importance of culturally appropriate representation, especially for characters with deep national or historical importance. Eva Perón isn't just a role. She's a polarizing, yet deeply respected figure in Argentine history. Her portrayal carries immense symbolic weight. That's why Delgado's warm reception feels like more than just fan excitement. It signals a broader cultural shift. Audiences today are more attuned to the nuances of representation, and Delgado, with her classical credentials and Argentine connection, appears to resonate on a deeper, more authentic level. In that sense, this casting change, intentional or not, aligns with what modern theatergoers are actively demanding: performances rooted not just in talent, but in truth. From a career management standpoint, this moment also offers a stark lesson. Moving from breakout success to sustainable longevity in entertainment requires more than raw talent. Industry veterans often warn young stars to prioritize craft, professionalism, and relationship building over short-term visibility. Reputation matters, especially in ensemble-driven fields like theater, where collaboration is everything. A single controversy, if mishandled, can shape an actor's career for years. And while Zegler remains talented, this second PR flare-up could shape how casting directors perceive her reliability going forward. For the Evita production itself, the next step remains unclear. Will they publicly address the casting switch? Will opening night arrive with Delgado in the spotlight, no questions asked, as if she was always meant to play Eva? Will posters and playbills be updated? Or will they remain stuck in a purgatory of half-truths and rumors? Each option carries risks. Confirming Delgado too early could spark legal action from Zegler. Remaining silent keeps speculation alive, but may confuse audiences. The show walks a tightrope between transparency and self-preservation. More broadly, this story reveals shifting power dynamics between traditional media gatekeepers and online fan communities. In previous eras, casting shakeups were announced via controlled interviews and polished press releases. Today, all it takes is a 15-second rehearsal clip and an eagle-eyed Reddit thread to rewrite the entire narrative. Fan-driven investigations, fueled by social media virality, now outpace official channels in influence and speed. The result is a more participatory media environment, one where audience interpretation becomes part of the show. Whatever comes. Next, one thing is certain. This situation is already a fascinating case study in modern entertainment PR. The curtain hasn't even risen on this new version of Evita, but the offstage drama has captivated the theater world. Audiences aren't just watching a performance. They're watching a live negotiation between art, commerce, reputation, and authenticity. It's a reminder that today, the boundaries between the stage and reality are more blurred than ever.